All right, so I just want to follow up with the get back on track. Seems like it's the slogan for the past few days. I do want to share a quick conversation that I had, and it was in regards to falling off track. It wasn't about getting back on track, but why. The question was, why is it that we tend to fall off track that led to this next part? And I think what it is that a lot of times when you fall off track, I told this person, when you fall off track, you're probably focused on other things. I mean, were you busy with other stuff and it made you forget, whatever it is that you have in mind. And they did say, yeah, my kids were, playing sports and I didn't have time to get over to your location. And I said to my location, like for the nutrition, and then that's where they were referring to. So I remember this customer quite well. They did start off strong. They did start off with, losing about 4 pounds in their first week, and they were excited because their pants and they felt less bloated. And their pants felt better. They less stress on the button, on that waistline. And they got on for about another month and a half or so. But towards the end, I noticed that they were kind of like skipping a day or two, which is fine. It tends to happen, But the thing is that when they lost their initial like 8 pounds or 9 pounds, they got busy with other things, and that's why they got off track. And they end up, just kind of figuring, I'll get to it later, and they just hadn't come back. They haven't come back. But when I posted the videos and they kind of went into the stories, the conversation I was having with my wife yesterday, and that's what it was why do we fall off track, and I gotta say sometimes, if it's just that you're too busy, I mean that's good enough reason to fall off track. I've done it. I've fallen off track even going out there and doing flyers. I love doing flyers. Flyers in this business is the simplest form to get new customers. It's the simplest thing in Herbalife. There's nothing complicated about doing flyers. Matter of fact, I just seen right now in the neighborhood there's a Wilding Out event going on. I think November 30th. That's the end of this month. But there's like poster boards that says Wilding Out event going on November 30th. I forget which Intuit Dome or Intuit Stadium. I don't know, Intuit. That's the name of the place they're going to be, holding it, and everybody's free to go. But I was telling my wife, it's a poster. Like there's no ads in Instagram. I don't see any ads in Facebook. I probably, if I search it online, I would probably find it. Maybe not. But in the neighborhood, there are posters that says that they're going to be having an event. Wilding Out. What's it? The ex of Mariah Carey, I think it is. Anyhow, doing flyers is how you stay in business with this company. Simple as that. Who's to tell you to go do flyers? Nobody but yourself. So when it comes down to the nutrition, who's going to be telling you to do nutrition? Nobody but yourself, but we are here to help. And to end that conversation, I told the person, I said, sometimes you just got to forgive yourself on why you failed at certain things. Okay? If you failed at something, admit it to yourself that you failed. How many times? When was the last time you admitted to yourself that you failed? Type in one if you had a chance to experience failure. Okay, and type in number 2 if you admitted and said sorry for failing to somebody, to yourself or to anybody. Type in 1 if you had a failure, and type in 2 if you had to say sorry and admitted it that you were wrong. Okay, it's easy as that. Now, when it comes down to it, getting my wife the shake on Saturday night. I think it might have been about 9:30 or about 9:30 at night. I jumped on the opportunity to go out there and make her a shake because it was a desire of her to have one that late at night, and it's been a while. And there I go. Took my little girl with me, and it's like, let's go make mommy a shake. And we went, made her a shake, came back with it, and she said it was like the best thing she's had in a while. So she's feeling better. She's feeling good. She's getting back on track. And just like anybody, She had to admit to herself, I've been effing up. And when you come to admit that, I think you just throw a whole load off your shoulders. You admit it and you get back on track, and you discipline yourself at getting yourself better. It's the first thing. I think that's the first thing that you got to do. Admit to yourself that you failed and apologize. Forgive yourself after that. Admit that you had a problem, and then you forgive yourself and say, like for example, Jesse. Okay, Jesse, you made a mistake. Yeah, I admit I made a mistake. Not only do I admit it, but I also can say I forgive myself. How can I make it better? How do I move forward from this mistake? And I think that's where you start getting better. And when it comes down to the nutrition, it's easy to fall off track. Their excuse was that they had kids in sports, so it took their evening away from coming over and having their nutrition. It was easy for them to get out of practice, drive through something because the kids were hungry after working out, drive through somewhere, pick something up, and they were eating what they were driving through. Fast food. I don't even want to ask if they gained weight back. But my doors are open so they can come on over and try getting themselves back on track, and there's always a return, okay? There's always a return. Just like the sun returns every morning, don't forget, the sun always goes down at the end of the day. So we wake up in the morning, we're responsible for everything that we do and decide, okay? And then at nighttime is when you ask for forgiveness, is when you say to yourself that today was a good day. Okay, you check off the boxes on all of your accomplishments, and having to have our doors open for you. All right, we've been here for I'll give you an example. The Guess What Nutrition, we've been here since 2010. We became legitimate in 2011, about a whole year later. Okay, we've been serving customers ever since. We have in this business here, we have a lot of direct customers that buy directly from the warehouse. We taught them how to do that. I'm going to be having a business presentation on Wednesday that you can come on over and check it out for yourself, so you can see how easy it is. You're going to see how easy it is. You're going to be amazed at the people that are earning some income. And then not only that, but a lot of the times when people get into the business, they see how easy it is to fall out of the business. But it takes dedication, it takes flyers, and it takes the dream that you have of having the liberty of time in your favor. Because in this business, I've been able to take my kids to school. In this business, I've been able to pick up my kids from school. In this business, I've been able to have time in the afternoon at being home. The only boss I can say I have is going to be my customers. They know my hours. They know the time that I'm open. They know the time that I close. They know my phone number. They know how to reach me. And I would say that something like this is really easy not to do. It's really easy to fail yourself in this business. Okay? So get your dreams right. Do the simple things and get on the nutrition. Okay? Those 3 things. If you can imagine yourself doing those 3 things, then this is the opportunity for you. Okay? Type in number 10 if you have a boss that you want to get rid of. If you have a boss that you would wish to be able to get rid of, type in 10. If you're looking for extra income and you want to be able to make extra income on the side, maybe with your coworkers or your family and such, what you could do is type in number 11. Type number 11 if you're looking for extra income, and type number 10 if you want to get rid of the boss. You want to be your own boss. All right? It's really that simple. Now get back on track. Get on the nutrition your body deserves After all, you probably have people that you're responsible for, such as your kids, your family, your husband, your wife. You probably have your parents. Maybe at this point your parents are depending on you to sustain them to the end, and it's all on your shoulders. But you need the strength, you need the nutrition, you need the focus, you need the extra income. Okay, if that sounds like you, just go ahead and direct message me and say, hey, I need that extra income. I need that extra income. I have a location to train you. I have a business location to present the business to you. I have it all. I have it all for you. Okay? But it's up to you to get on track. Jump on board, okay, and get the focus on. All right? And just imagine, what do you want to do, in 5 years from now? Where do you want to be in 5 years from now? All right? Because that's the average, I would say that's the average time it takes to earn your freedom of a boss, of a job, of a 9 to 5, of that type of stress, even corporate stress. Everybody wants to try to get into the corporate world, and then a lot of people at the end of 5 years, they're trying to get out of the corporate world, and they're trying to do some online businesses, okay, because they realize corporate world is not so easy. But if this sounds like you, go ahead and message me. I'd be glad to help. After all, being healthy, it is your duty, okay, and we are here to help. Thanks.